Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina, who just got in the house from buying her new outfit to fly on the Avianca airline plane from Bogota to Miami in a few days. We hope everybody is doing well, and this is going to be the last live stream from Bogotá, Colombia. Okay, this is the last one, guys. So be part of history and join us. Look, we don't even have any fruit for the video. It's not. It's nada. And this, I think, there's some kind of milk in there or something. Miguel, hi Diego, hola Karina. Miguel, what is going on? And we hope everybody's doing well. We hope everybody's hanging in there, staying patient, staying calm during this K1 visa process. This is the next live stream we're going to do will be from Florida, assuming the plane doesn't crash between Bogota and Miami. Okay, so the next live stream will be from Florida. Miguel, got our visa fee paid. Miguel, good job. There you go. See, you got this. The process isn't too bad, right? And CCB, hello Diego, and the beautiful Karina, she's right here. Karina is basically enjoying her last few days in Colombia because next week she's going to be in Florida. Ryan Redford, hey, hope you're having a great day. Perfect. Karina spent the day with her family, and she bought some clothes for her plane ride to Miami, and I was hanging out at the house. So I made a video on how to process the medical exam for our friend from the Cacao Island? Cacao, our friend in Cacao.
Cacao, ¿qué? No, ¿qué pregunta?
Okay. Miguel, medical exam on January 5th and interview January 18th. I like and you set up the medical exam and the interview perfectly. So that gives you plenty of time for the doctor to do his thing, her thing, and get the medical exam processed and put into a sealed envelope for you. So you did good. Twan Benson, Happy New Year, Diego and Karina from Miami. Twan Benson, we'll be in Miami in a few days. I'm not going to give the day because I don't know if the pilot's going to be, aviation isn't the most reliable form of transportation. So I will make this the last live stream from Colombia, and the next live stream will be next week from Florida. But remember, I got to drive from Miami to Santa Rosa County, which is about a 10-hour drive, plus a time change. Happy New Year to Twan in Miami. Ramon Garlado, I am in Bogota till January 2nd. Well, great, Ramon. Enjoy your time here in beautiful Bogota. What's up, Diego and Mrs. Ross? Mrs. Ross is right now senorita, but in 3 weeks she'll be Senora Ross. Miguel, I'm taking your advice and going to the interview with my fiance. That's good. You should go. The immigration officer will see you at the interview, and he will see and he will know, okay, that you took time out to fly to your beneficiary's country to spend time with her and to accompany her as a show of support for the interview. Now, the Philippines won't let you do that. England, they won't let you go to come in England. You can't do that, but some countries you can. In Colombia, you can. Arturo Morales, hi Diego and Karina. When are you going to the USA? Next week. In the first week of January, somewhere in there. How many days to have green card from arrival in the USA? It will take about 3 to 4 months, maybe 5 months. I would say 4 months to get Karina's green card. It's not too bad. In January, I'm going to process her paperwork. There's a lot of work to be done in adjusting status. You don't just do a pitiful adjustment of status paperwork. You want to put together a strong green card application, okay? So it's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks to put that all together. We're not going to rush. Then the first week of February, I will apply for Karina's green card. Twan Benson, I will find you. LOL. Now, Twan, why does Miami have so many freaking toll roads? In order to drive from Miami Airport to the beach to eat at Denny's, I got to pay the government permission to drive over a toll road. What's up with that? And and to drive north to get on I-95, I think it's I-95. I got to pay tolls. In order to get on the Florida Turnpike, I got to pay tolls. Okay. Now I don't pay tolls. Okay. I don't pay tolls. I don't do that. All right. I pay enough taxes as it is. So the FDOT, the Florida Department of Transportation, are not going to get any money out of me for tolls. So I'm going to go drive out of Miami International Airport. I'm going to drive south to the Tamiami Trail, and I'm going to drive all the way across southern Florida on the Tamiami Trail and then get to Naples, Italy. Yeah. Then get to Naples, Florida, and then cut across to I-75 North. And the FDOT can kiss my you-know-what, because I am not going to pay tolls. I don't pay tolls. Let me see here. Ramon has got question mark for me. Miguel, Diego, I've seen people get their green cards in 2 months, and someone got theirs in a month and a half. Okay. They put together a strong green card package. Twan Benson, you will arrive either Concord or J. Okay, so that's the international arrivals. It's Concord H or Concord J. Miami Aeropuerto is número, ¿cómo se dice? Is Puerto. Okay, okay, no problem. CCB, congratulations to you both. So happy for you too. We're happy too. I don't have to pay rent on an apartment in Bogotá anymore. I don't have to pay a light bill. I don't have to pay a water bill, an internet bill. I got to pay rent and electric, water, gas, and everything here in Colombia, plus our house in Florida. So I get a pay raise next week. Actually, this week. So happy for you too. I can't wait for my fiance to get here. It will happen. The time will pass. We are still waiting for the interview slots to open. Yeah, be patient. An interview slot will open. Okay, it will open up. I was just lucky when I paid the visa fee. There was only one slot open in November, and I got it. Woo! And there was only one slot open for the biometrics. I think in Colombia now, Bogotá, March is like the earliest you can get visa appointments. Let me see. Ramon, Diego, one question that a lot of people ask. After marriage, before the 90 days, do you have time frame to do the adjustment of status? Yeah. I'm going to have Karina's adjustment of status done within 30 days. It doesn't take 3 months. If it takes you 90 days to do an adjustment of status, then you're lazy. You just kicking back, watching the time go by. Don't do that. When you get married, that's when you got to get busy and get this K1 visa into green card adjudicated. Get it done within 90 days. It's not difficult. You can do it. Twan Benson, I know, but at a discount. You got it. Yeah, Twan, I'm not paying toll. I'm not going to pay the Florida Department of Transportation 1 penny in toll fees. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to come out of the airport. I'm going to head south to the Tamiami Trail, avoiding the toll bridge that's to the west. Then I'm going to get on the Tamiami Trail and drive all the way across southern Florida to Naples, and then go north and get on Pine Ridge Avenue, cut across to I-17 North, and boom, I'll be on I-10 in about 4 or 5 hours. Okay, and I've avoided I saved myself $75 in those thieving government officials that take money out of people who don't know how to avoid the toll bridges. It's a ripoff. All those roads have been paid for 20 years ago. So where's that money going? Okay. Miguel, I'm getting married at Fort Myers Beach. Nice. Miguel, that would be great. Fort Myers. Beautiful. I've been to Fort Myers. Miguel, why don't you pay tolls, Diego? Because it's a ripoff. All the roads in Florida have been paid for over the last 20 years. So the FDOT is taking in billions of dollars from tourists who don't know how to get around tolls and from people who are too lazy to figure out the way around the tolls. Where's that money going? What is the state of Florida? Did you know that the state of Florida has more toll bridges than any other state in the union? And they're almost up to communist China. Communist China is equal to Florida in toll bridges. And I think I got a question here in Spanish from Ramon. Karina, me prometiste tu compatriota que es...
En el estado Bolívar, te mandan saludos. Igual, saludos.
Salud, okay, Miguel. All right.
Tu prometida
Ramon.
Ciudad Bolívar.
Ramon, salute to prometida.
Bolívar, Ciudad Bolívar.
Okay. Matt Berner, you're going to Florida in a few days. We're going to be in Bogotá in a few days. Matt, we might be passing each other in airplanes, okay? We're flying Avianca because airlines won't take a cat. Delta won't take a cat. What is the other airline? What is it? Nombre otro. Copa. If we fly Copa, we got to fly to Panama. We ain't going to Panama. We're going to Florida. Why would I want to fly from Bogotá to Panama to Miami when I can fly from Bogotá to Miami straight? So anyway, that's the deal. Juan Benson, Mike Shore, rental car company not charging tolls. No, I already checked. They offered me a sun pass, and I told them to stick it. They are famous for that, so look on your credit card statement. Okay, good idea, Tuan. I will make sure that they do not bill me for tolls. And if they do, I won't pay it. I'll just deduct it from I'll call my credit card company and say I ain't paying that. Diego, do you know if I have to do both a DS-160 and a DS-260 for my fiance's interview? Just got our appointment in Armenia for January 25th. Okay, Joe, are you in a K1 visa, fiance visa, or are you married to your Armenian? I need to know the answer to that, Joe. Joe, are you in a fiance visa or are you in a marriage visa? Miguel, stream is lagging. Diego, well, of course it's lagging. This is my last live stream from Bogotá. Okay, so the Colombian, whoever controls the internet, are saying let's give Diego and his viewers a hard time. His last YouTube live stream. Could be me though. No, Miguel, you're good. It's probably here. Tuan, your internet messed up. We can't hear you. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me when I speak? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? If I'm just sitting here and you can't hear me, then I have to fix something. Fakira, hi Diego and Karina, thank you so much for your kind support and videos. You can share my timeline. I'm from India. Okay, that's great. Mr. Nahas, we can hear you. Tuan, you are back. I didn't know I left, but we're back. Miguel, very choppy. It's Colombia. Okay, it's the mountains. I'm up in the mountains in Bogotá. Okay, and I'm lucky to have a live stream. Next week in Florida, when Karina and I do the live stream again, it won't be choppy. It'll be perfect, hopefully, assuming there's no bad weather in Florida. Mario G, happy to hear your show again. The internet is slow in your broadcast. Joe, I can hear you. Angel Tate, hi Diego, I'm happy for you and Karina. Safe travels. Well, it's just normal for Murphy's Law to kick in on the last live stream that we have from Colombia, where the internet is lagging and slow. Okay, I couldn't expect anything else otherwise. But next week we'll be in Florida. Ramon, refresh the modem and the router. No, I'm not going to do that. If I do that, I'll have to shut off the live stream completely. And then you'll be waiting for another 30 minutes while the router reboots. Okay? And then probably it'll still be slow. So keep asking the questions and I will answer them. And hopefully this internet connection isn't too bad. I got a strong signal right here. Angel Tate, we don't need a joint sponsor, so do I only fill out the I-134? Yes, Angel. If you don't need a joint sponsor, if your income is way above the minimum federal income requirements for a K1, way above 125% for the green card application, you don't need a joint sponsor. You only fill out one I-134. That is you, the sponsor. Okay? Maria Guzman, hola Diego y Karina, felicitaciones
Hola,
en tu
gracias.
visa, muchas gracias. Quiero preguntar qué papeles te pidieron mostrar en la embajada y me dijeron que el consul no di todos los papeles.
Dijeron que el cónsul partida de nacimiento, divorcio, antecedentes penales,
Pasaporte.
exámenes sellados, pasaporte, los impuestos de tu
Police certificado.
prometido. Sí, lo esencial. Necesitas llevar adicional fotos, no lo sé.
Fotos, sí. No olvide fotos. No lo sé.
Sí.
Es posible. Oficial en baja, pregunta para ti, por favor, yo miro tus fotos.
Partida de nacimiento original, antecedentes penales, divorcio, los exámenes sellados, pasaporte. Eso es lo principal.
Es mucho papel.
Las dos fotos.
Dos fotos, pasaporte.
Bolígrafo.
Bolígrafo. No es lápiz o bolígrafo.
Bolígrafo.
Okay. Kamini Young. Where is Tokyo? Tokyo is with Karina's brother in the other room. Now, we got Karina's brother out of freaking Venezuela. He was the last one we had to get out of there. And then now he's legally in Colombia, and he is taking care of Tokyo while we do the live stream. Janiela James, hey Diego, what's going on, Janiela? Congrats to you also on your work permit. Angel Tate, for the interview, do I need to bring copies of boarding passes from all my trips? I would do that. It's evidence of your relationship. Bring it. You may not get asked for those questions. You may not get asked for it, but bring those anyway, just in case. I submitted copies of boarding passes to USCIS over a year ago, but I don't know if I need to bring to the interview. Well, if you submitted them to USCIS, then they already have it. They've already seen it. But if you've made any new trips to your country, if you've made new visits, new trips, like I've been back, 2 more times to be with Karina, she took the boarding passes to the immigration interview, but they didn't ask her for it. Because they asked her where was I, and she said I was at home sick with mountain fever and the flu. And they said, okay, so he's here. Yeah. So they didn't ask her, but bring them in just in case. Mario G, one question. How long was the process for you so far? 20.6 months total. From when I filed the NOA-1, okay, when I got the NOA-1 letter, I got it in April 18th, 2022. I got the NOA-2 May 30th, 2023. Then we went through the ready status, in transit, and all that jazz. And then we'll leave here next week. So the total time frame for us is about 620 something days. And it's about 20.6 months, somewhere in there. I will make a video in Florida of our timeline for Bogotá, Colombia, including all of the hiccups. We had to get an Interpol police certificate and stuff like that. So it's about over 20 months. Maria Guzman, gracias, Karina. El consul se evitó todos los taxes. ¿De cuántos años atrás?
¿Cómo se llama?
You need 3 years. 3
años pasados.
3 años pasados para taxes, okay? 20,
21, 22.
Sí.
20, 21, 22. Y para las huellas, el pasaporte y la hoja DS-160 impresa original.
Sí, okay.
A color.
En color, so 3 años para taxes. Y tax transcript, W2, etc.
Para los biométricos, pasaporte y la hoja, la DS-160 impresa original a color.
Angel Tech, so for finances, I'll bring copies of I-134. No copy, original. No, do not bring a copy of the I-134. Angel, you fill out the I-134, the original one. You sign it and date it, your full name. If you have 3 names in your name, you're going to put 3 names as a signature so that they can read it. If you just scroll your signature like a doctor, immigration won't accept the I-134. It has to be the original form. Okay, you need to bring, let me see here, Angel. I don't want to miss anything. You're going to need 3 copies of your tax returns, 3 years worth of tax returns, 3 years worth of tax transcripts, your latest one, 2 years back, W-2s, 1099s. Okay, I'm self-employed, so I gave Karina my 1099s. Okay, so, and a letter from the your employer saying this is how much money you make, this is how long you've been working here. Pay stubs, 6 months worth of pay stubs. They may not ask you for all that stuff, but have it with you in case they do. You know, they may not ask you for it, but it's better to be prepared and they not ask you for it than to not have it and they ask you for it, right? Original I-134, 3 years worth of tax returns, 3 years worth of W-2s, 1099s, 3 years worth of tax transcripts, a letter from your boss saying who you work for, where you work, how much you make, 12 months worth of bank statements, 12 months worth of bank statements showing your deposits. Immigration want to be able to match up your deposits into your bank to your tax returns, okay? Let me see. And pay stubs, 6 months worth of pay stubs. 7 Angels, hi Diego, what's going on, 7? Oh, Angel Tate, look at that super chat, Angel, thank you. We appreciate you. That's gas money for us. That's gas money from Miami to let me see here. About, I don't know, you'll get us about 30 miles. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Angel, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Mon George Carola. Hi, does anybody know if Mumbai embassy? No, it's not an embassy, it's a consulate. In Mumbai, they'd have a consulate, not an embassy. If they send the packet 3-4 email. I haven't seen it coming out of Mumbai. I got the invoice number from the MVC, good. And I sent emails to Mumbai, but did not get any response. Okay, Man George, if you have ready status, if you have an invoice number, case number, go ahead and if you got ready status, go ahead and see if you can pay the visa fee and do the DS-160. Don't worry about waiting for the packet 3, packet 4 email, because Mumbai doesn't seem to be sending them out. So get started on your process if you can. Get started on it. Ernest Dosty, hey Diego, do you think 2024 interview date will be available next month? I've been waiting for 4 good months and no slots in Ghana. Yeah, you got to keep checking every day, Ernest. It sucks, man. I know it's a horrible process, but if you've been waiting for 4 months, I would seriously consider calling your senator up. You got 2, and asking one of them to help you. Say, hey, you know, Mr. Senator, I've been waiting 4 freaking months for a visa interview in Ghana. What's the problem? What's the holdup? Let your senator intervene. Excuse me. But you need to get it. You need to get your senator involved. That's too long. 4 months is way too long. 7 Angels. My fiance is still waiting for a visa to be approved in the administrative process. So she went into a 221G. What was the reason for that? Remind me. What was the reason for the 221G? And I'll try and help you and figure out why the wait is so long. And Angel Tate, thank you for that $10 there. No, you're a great American. Okay. And Angel says, thank you. No problem. Remember, this YouTube channel is for you guys, okay? It's a free service to you to get you through this K-1 visa process where hopefully you don't have to pay for an immigration attorney, which will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm not an immigration attorney, okay? I don't work for USCIS. I don't give you any legal advice, none, zero. But I've been through this process twice over the last 9 years now. So I've been through 9 years of immigration misery, okay, successfully. And beautiful Karina, in the next few days, is going to be in Florida. And in the next few weeks, you're going to be my wife, taking my last name. And we're still going to do the live streams. Ernest Dosty, how do I contact my senator in Massachusetts? You got 2 senators in Massachusetts, okay? Go to Google, U.S. Senator, Massachusetts. Google that. And 2 names are going to pop up with phone numbers and contact information. You need to call them Okay. Karina's going to handle something here. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's knocking on the door. So we got our neighbors are saying goodbye to Karina. They know that she's leaving very soon for the United States of America. So the neighbors are knocking on the door and they want to say goodbye to Karina. So she'll be a few minutes. We're on the top floor of four pizzas. Let me see. So Ernest, Google U.S. Senator, Massachusetts. 2 names are going to pop up with phone numbers. Get on the phone to one of them or both. 7 Angels. She was asked to provide her residency in the past 15 years. Oh, okay. So that was easy to do, right? You could prove it, right? You have all that information documented. That's an easy fix. Fakira, hi Diego and Karina. Your support has helped us immensely. That's the goal. We're glad to hear it. Our visa is approved. High five, Fakira. Good job. Okay. Our visa is approved. I am from India. Applied on the 20th of January, 2023. And our visa is approved on the 29th of December. Well, look how quick. That's 11 months, right? That's quick. Kinza Zane. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Kinza? What's going on in your neck of the woods? And Twan Benson, Elizabeth Warren is one of your senators, Ernest. Okay, Twan looked it up for you. So Elizabeth Warren, get on the phone to Elizabeth and say, hey, I pay your salary with my taxes. I need your help with my K1 visa. I need to get an appointment in Ghana, and it's been 4 months, which is too long. Elizabeth Warren will then help you. She has a team of immigration experts in her Senate office in Washington, D.C., that will help you. It's done. Okay, 7. Twan Benson, Elizabeth Warren, yep. Dane, hey Diego, I'm using a joint sponsor and he doesn't have his W-2 for 2020, but he has his tax transcripts. I have all my tax information. Will it be an issue? Probably not. As long as you got the tax transcripts, but for 2022 and the W-2 and the 1099. You got to have the W-2 for the 2022 tax return. Immigration want to match up the W-2 with the amount on the 1040 or the tax transcript or both. Okay? Arsenal Forever. What's going on, Arsenal Forever? Good evening, Diego, for K1 Fiance interview. Is one supposed to carry I-129F2? No, not required. Now, the I-129F, once your visa gets approved at the NOA2 letter stage, you should get an email from USCIS with a scanned copy of the I-129F with a lot of writing on it by USCIS. Okay, they're gonna write markings and stuff on it, but you don't have to bring it to the immigration interview, the embassy interview. The immigration officer at the consulate stage at the embassy will use the I-129F to ask as a base point to ask questions of your beneficiary. Like, they're going to take questions out of there, but they're not going to ask you for that form. 7 Angels, it's still refusal on their website every time my fiance checks. Well, stop checking. It's going to give you a headache. Okay? They're still processing the information. Did you submit the 15 years worth of residency? Did you send it to immigration? Do they have it? If they have it, it's going to say refused until they get to it and process it. All right? So let me see. 7 Angels, it's still refused. No, you're good, 7. 2 months ago. Yeah, okay. So 2 months ago, they got it. Okay. So send them an email. Do an inquiry. Where is this information at? The embassy? Or was this at USCIS Service Center? Where was it? Where was it at? The 221G is at the embassy, right? If it's at the embassy, email the embassy and ask them what's going on. Yeah, Manila. Okay, so it's in the Philippines. Okay, so the embassy in the Philippines in Manila are busy. They're busy. Send them an email and ask them for an update on your K1 visa. You submitted the residency status. You told them where where your beneficiary lived or you lived for 15 years. Tell them you want an update. Ask them. If you don't hear in the next month, get your senator involved, because that's too long also. Kinza saying, hey Diego, we've sent our requested documents to the embassy December the 27th. Do you know when they'll view them and update my visa status from being refused? It depends on how busy they are. You know, in our case, I had to get an Interpol police certificate. It took 3.5 weeks to get it. Once I got the police certificate, I emailed it to the embassy, and they got the visa adjudicated and issued in 3 days. So it's pretty quick once they get the documents. So you got to start emailing the embassy because they're either being lazy or they're busy. Seven Angels, yes, Manila. Okay, they're busy at the Manila embassy. They got a lot of stuff going on. Colombia, the Philippines. Let me see here. Central America, I believe there's a few busy embassies there. Twan Benson, be persistent, earnest, and listen to Diego. That's good advice right there. If you listen to me, I'm going to get you through this. You got to be patient through this process, okay? We were supposed to be in Florida, what, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. We were supposed to be in Florida, but we're not. We're in Colombia. We can't be in Florida till 2024, but we're patient. It's a process. Twan Benson sends a super chat to us. Thank you, Twan. Now we got a full tank of gas from Miami International Airport to Naples, Florida. You guys are great. You take care of our lunches, our breakfasts, our dinners. Now you're helping us fill the gas tank on this big SUV. And we appreciate you, Twan. You got to be patient during this process, guys, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be patient. It's not easy. Okay, we're here I've been in Colombia an extra, a month and a half, which means I had to pay rent on this apartment 2 more times, costing me money, electric, the internet connection, gas. I'm not crying a pity party. It's just life. It's just Vita. But it's a slow process, and it costs money. And Twan, thank you for that super chat. Kinzazane, also, we have mailed the requested documents without the passport. Is it going to be a problem? So when you got the 221G, did they ask for the passport also? How are they going to put the K1 visa in your passport if they don't have it? Right? When they sent you directions, they said, we need these documents. Please submit these documents with the passport, right? Yes or no? You're going to have to you're going to have to email the embassy, call the embassy or something, and get the passport to them, because they can't issue the visa without it. Twan Benson, LOL, you make our days better. One thing I learned from Diego is patience. Patience, yeah. Remember, I've been in this thing 9 years, okay? And next week, we're going to be in Florida, and a few weeks after that, we're going to be married and doing the green cards thing. I waited 9 years to get to this point. The first K1 visa didn't work out. It didn't work out. Okay. She didn't like Florida. She didn't want to learn how to drive. She didn't like the food. She didn't like the weather. She was scared of hurricanes. She missed her mom. She missed her brother. She missed her family. Remember, Latinas are very tight in their family unit. They're very, very tight. And family is like, if you marry a Colombian or a Venezuelan, you're marrying the whole family. Okay, when I get married to Karina, when she became my fiance, almost 2 years ago, her family became my family. Okay, that's the way it is. It's not a bad thing. But the first one I married, she couldn't handle it. She was a fish out of water. I brought her back home to Colombia. I brought her home. I said, you don't belong in the USA. You can't handle it. You're miserable. I took her home. When she got off the plane in Bogotá with me, she smiled. She had a big smile of relief on her face. Thank God. She's like, thank goodness I'm back in Colombia. And then we got divorced, and boom. And Karina knows all about it. That was 9 years ago. So it's a patience game. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Almost time. Yeah, Francois. Now, Francois can speak 3 languages, guys. She speaks 3 languages, and she's in upstate New York. We got to get her out of New York into North Carolina so she gets a massive pay raise, so she quits paying all those crazy taxes to the government of New York. Dane, for the biometric appointment, the DS-160 needs to be in color. Correct. It needs to be in color. Yes. And you take the DS-160, you fold it in half, and you put it in the biographic page of your passport, and you bring it into the biometrics appointment. Okay? That's how it works. And the passport, guys, if you need to make a copy of your passport, your biographic page, it's got to be in color and blown up nice and big. If you have not yet filed your K1 visa and you're fixing to file it, include a copy of your passport in your K1 visa package, blown up nice and big in color. Kinza Zane, it's saying to send the passport, but we didn't read it. It was after we mailed the requested documents. Kinza Zane, send the passport, please, like tomorrow. Right? Here's what you got to do. Okay, I'm going to save you from a massive headache and get your visa in approval mode instead of a hurry up and wait mode. Write a letter to the embassy and say, I apologize, I didn't include my passport. Okay? Write that. Make a copy of the letter that you got for the 221G. Make a copy of your NOA2 letter, okay? And whatever else you've got. And send the passport to the embassy. So when they get it, they can process your visa. But you got to write a letter and explain what happened. Don't just mail the passport without an explanation. You got to explain what happened. Include your case number, your NOA2 receipt number, a copy of your NOA2 letter, and explain what happened. Once the passport gets to the embassy, guess what? You're going to get your visa. All right? And then you're going to thank me. Kinza Zane, get on top of that. Twan Benson, my fiance interview date is January 25th. Okay. So hopefully my fiance and son will be here at the end of February. Probably, absolutely, I would say yes. And Karina is back in the apartment after talking with her neighbor. And it looks like she's been given a bunch of gifts from the neighbors. So, mi amor, por favor, permiso. Okay, I'm trying to get her to show the gifts. Come in, sit down, Karina. Look at this. The neighbors down the two floors below just gave Karina a bunch of flowers and a bunch of gifts. Now I got nothing. I get zero, nada. Mio, Diego, nada. But Karina, flowers, gifts, etc. So, and ropa, what's up with that? I didn't get anything. But I got super chats for gas. Let me see. Let's not miss it. Karina, I need you in here. Karina. Ayúdame, por favor. I'm trying to answer questions since she's fiddling around over here with flowers and clothes. And now she's closing the door to the thing. Okay. Help me. Arriba. I got questions and I don't know what they are. Oh, yeah. She's going to get me back online here with the questions. I need to go arriba. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, no. Up. Okay. So Twan's got the interview date, January 25th. And yes, I have got no doubt in my mind that you will be reunited by the end of February. You're good. Jeff McCoy, hello, Diego. Our NOA 1 is January 3rd, 2023. I've noticed they're working on April flyers now. Yeah, filers. Yeah, April 2023 filers. They're getting, USCIS is getting pretty quick. And they have passed us. No, they didn't pass you. Immigration never forgets who you are, okay? They don't forget you. Every K1 visa is adjudicated differently, okay? So relax. How long is it before you can send an inquiry? Well, you got to look on, you cannot send an inquiry until you get probably 6 months past your window of time, okay? You gotta wait. You gotta wait. But they didn't pass you, Jeff. Relax. You're good. They didn't forget about you. Christopher Stout. Hey, what's going on, Christopher? And yes, in Sandy. Hi, Diego, my fiance, work, family, living provider for disabled people. Okay, so she helps disabled people. Okay, that's great. And she doesn't do taxes under the law, and her employer give her proof that she do taxes. Is everything okay when she shows this proof? So is she the sponsor or the beneficiary? Ayúdame, por favor. Arriba. Okay, arriba. Es pregunta. Okay, let me read that again. Hello, Diego, my fiance. So your sponsor works with a family living provider for disabled people, and she does not do taxes. You gotta if she's getting paid to do a job, no matter what it is, you gotta pay taxes on the income, and she doesn't. No, and the law, her employer gives her proof that she does taxes. Her employer cannot give proof that she does taxes. Only the IRS can prove that she did taxes. Okay? If you don't have any taxes, no tax transcripts, no 1040s, no W-2s, no 1099s, it's a problem because you got to prove income. If you can't prove income, you got to get a joint sponsor. Okay? There's none of this. My employer is going to write me a letter and say, this is how much money I made in 2023 or 2022. Immigration want to see an IRS tax transcript, a 1040, a W-2, or a 1099. If you can't prove that, if you can't provide that, then you got to get a joint sponsor. Francois, I got 2 certified original copies of my divorce decree the other day. And wait until you hear this. What happened? Come on, tell us, Francois. For a change, something actually costs less in New York than Florida. You paid $15 for 2 copies? It cost me $40. Wow. So you did good. You got a better deal in the communist-ran state of New York than I did in Florida. But Florida is nuts on toll booths for cars. They've gone crazy. They've lost their minds. They are putting toll booths all over South Florida. Okay? They've lost their minds. Only communist China has has more toll booths in their country than Florida does. But I don't pay tolls. I don't do it. I have routed away home. That's going to put an extra 45 minutes on my travel time where I don't pay any tolls. And I'm going to write a letter to FDOT when I get home with Karina and tell them I just drove over 1,000 miles and didn't pay you a penny, FDOT. But good job, Francois, on getting those 2 divorce decrees. One for the embassy interview, one for the green card application. Let's see. Good job, Francois. Kinzazane. I was just about to ask about Karina. Karina's right here. Okay, the cat keeps jumping on the table. The neighbors keep knocking on the door with gifts. The neighbors on floor 3 just gave Karina flowers and clothes, and the cat didn't get anything, and I didn't get anything. But that's okay. I'm the American, okay? I don't need flowers. 7 angels, that's what we did. We sent the passport, including the 221G letter and the 15-year proof of residency. Okay, so you're good. So you just gotta wait. Okay, you're good. You just gotta wait it out. Karina's helping me with this computer. It's her computer. I bought it for her. I bought the laptop for Karina at K-Tronics about 2 years ago. And she's going to use it in Florida. It's all in Spanish. That's why I'm having a hard time. I speak Spanish pretty good, but some of these Spanish words are like this long, and I can't pronounce them. So Karina, yeah, they see I'm exaggerating. It's the truth. Okay, so 7 angels, you're good. Yes, and Sandy is sponsor. Yes, and it's not going to work. You got to have tax returns. Yes, and you got to have 1040s, tax transcripts, W-2s, 1099s. Okay? Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're going to need a joint sponsor. Christopher status for me, K1 visa, NOA 1, still waiting on NOA 2, Philippines. Okay, Christopher, things are getting really fast. I'm going to drink some of this. Right, I'm thirsty, guys. I don't know what this is, but it's going to quench my thirst. Let me see here. So, Yesin, you got to get those tax returns, transcripts, 1040s, W-2s, 1099s. Philippines and the USCIS is speeding up really quick, so you get your NOA2 letter real quick. Gopi Singh, hi Diego, I received my NOA2 on December 12th. Okay, good. Make copies of the NOA2 letter. You need to make copies of it. How long would it take for my file to go to MVC? 2 to 3 months, and me to hear back from them. 2 to 3 months, so I can begin the next steps. As always, thank you for your help. Gopi Singh, I'm assuming you're in where? You're in India, Pakistan, which country? Which country are you in? And Seven Angels, thank you, Diego. No problem. You know, guys, I'm here to help you, okay? I can't speed up the immigration process. I cannot speed up the K1 visa for you, but I can make the process easier, okay? You understand, I waited almost 24 months to get Karina to the United States. It's 20 months and some change. That's a long time. It's not a fast process. So, you know, if you see these companies that say they, you know, you go online and you see a company that says, I can process your visa this quick or this fast or this quick, it's not true. It's not true. They take your money and then you wait just as long as we do for the visa. So if you hang out with us on the channel, I'll guide you through it for free. But I can't speed it up for you. So Christopher, you're going to get your NOA2 letter anytime. Gopi Singh, hi Diego, I received my NOA2 on December 12th. It's going to be about 2 to 3 more months for you, Gopi. California, USCIS Service Center, California. Okay, well, it's got nothing to do with California now. If you have an NOA2 letter, your K1 visa is now being put on a shelf at USCIS, waiting for shipment to the National Visa Center in New Hampshire. It could take 2 to 3 months, okay? Just hang in there, hang out with us. It took 119 days. So I got my NOA2 letter in the mail, right? Dated May 30th, 2023. It took 119 days, what's that, 3 months and a week or so, to go from USCIS to the National Visa Center. Be patient. Twan Benson, but you can motivate us and keep us sane. You got that right. I want to keep you guys motivated. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you the answers to the questions. Since, you know, most of the answers I know. I know probably 99.9% of all the questions you're going to ask me already. So I saved you calling an immigration attorney. I saved you $100 an hour with an immigration attorney. And it's free advice, guys. Kinzazane, is this probably why they haven't updated the status on my visa? Yes. That requested documents arrived on the 27th. Right. That's the reason. Christopher, okay, you got it. I was wondering what's going on. They're working on April 2023 and May 2023, if I'm correct. Yeah, but, okay, so what? They didn't forget about you. Mimor, can you let the cat out, please? Tokyo, the cat's going crazy. He knows he's going to be on an airplane soon. So he's getting stir crazy. The cat knows he's going stir crazy. He knows today was his first ride on a bus. We took Tokyo on a trans-millennial bus ride. Okay? No, not today, yesterday, excuse me. Today, Karina was with her family. So the cat was in his little box, his little Milletta, his little carry case, and he rode for an hour on the Transmilenio so we can get his certification for his travel to the United States. You got to have vaccination documents and all that jazz. And they put a chip in his neck. So the cat knows he's going somewhere, but he doesn't know where. And in a few days, he's going to find out. So he's going stir crazy. Let me see here. Twan, we're gonna keep you sane, Twan. We're gonna get you through this. And Christopher's okay. And Christopher, look, they haven't forgotten about your K1 visa, number one. Okay, it took 13 and a half months for our K1 visa to get adjudicated, when everybody else who filed in April of 2022 were getting theirs adjudicated in 12 months. So I'm not worried. I wasn't worried that other people were getting their visas adjudicated and mine was still sitting at USCIS. It's no big deal. Okay? My K1 visa was like 4 albums full of stuff. It was my second K1 visa. There was a lot of investigating immigration had to do. So I wasn't worried about it. But we got it. We got the NOA2 letter after close to 14 months. You're going to get yours. Christopher, I was wondering what's going on. They're working on April and May. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, they all skip November. You know, immigration don't skip anybody. Okay? They adjudicate visas in their own good time. They do. There's no hurry. Immigration is not in a hurry. If you guys are in a real relationship, your relationship is real, you love each other, you want to get married, you're going to wait it out and you're going to get through it. Okay? We're at 20 months. We were supposed to be in Florida in November. We should be already married. Okay? But we're not. Because of why? Because of this process, because of that process. Just be patient. That's the secret. Okay? Come on, give me some questions. You're going to get your visas, guys. Now, when we get married, I'm going to do a little video. We're getting married on the beach, so you guys can join us at the wedding if you want to. I made a Merry Christmas video to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and one person didn't like it. I'm like, who doesn't like a Christmas video? I mean, seriously, who doesn't like a Christmas video? Somebody put, oh, I don't like this. I'm like, okay, but we'll make a video of our wedding. And that way you guys can see us get married. And then we'll make an in-depth video on how to do the adjustment of status. And Karina's back in that apartment. Tokyo has been let loose on the patio, whatever you want to call it. He's still crazy. He knows he's going somewhere. Francois, whoever did not like the Christmas video possibly woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning. Yeah, maybe they bricked up their chimney too, so Papa Noel couldn't come down the chimney. I mean, who doesn't like a Christmas video? Seriously. I mean, that's insane, but that's okay. It doesn't matter to me. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And very soon we're going to wish you a Happy New Year. And that's in what? What's today, the 30th? That's what, one more day. One more day left in 2023. And we're in 2024. And guess what? In 2024, probably everybody watching this video right now, everybody watching this video, you guys are going to get your K1 visas. One more day to go, it's 2024. Then you can say this year, you will get your K1 visas and your passports. And you're going to be in the United States. And you're going to be getting married. And we're going to be doing the live streams from Florida. And I'll have my office back where I can make some pretty good videos. It's hard for me to make a decent video here in Bogotá. I don't have the technology. Miguel Diego is expecting to receive passport in hand one day after interview. An unrealistic expectation. Totally unrealistic. Give them 4 to 5 days. Okay, remember, the K1 visa is not just stamped into the passport. The K1 visa is a Homeland Security biometric security code with all kinds of codes in it, which I'm not going to go into, that gets put on your passport page. Okay? That K1 visa takes time to process. It's not done in 5 minutes. It takes at least a day just to process that part of it. They got to activate the security codes. They got to test it. They got to make sure they're going to run it through the scanner, make sure everything's functioning. Okay, it's a very secure process. 20 years ago, getting a K1 visa was easy. Okay, you get 5, 6, 7 K1 visas. You know, marry all these different people, divorce them, get another K1 visa. Can't do that anymore. In 2023, you're allowed to get 2 K1 visas max. Okay, that's it. You got all these biometrics you got to do. You got all these interviews. You got all this evidence you got to produce. It's a lot harder, and it's a lot more time consuming, but it's the process. Okay, just hang in there. Be patient. Give the embassy 4 or 5 days, 2 weeks max to process the K1 visa into the passport. I think this is blackberry juice. It's mortar.
Sí.
It's mortar.
Sí,
Oh,
sí,
see, oh. Okay, so I said blackberry in Spanish and I didn't mess it up.
Sí.
Okay. Okay, guys, I've been talking what, an hour? Do you have any New Year's plans? What are your New Year's plans? Now make sure your New Year's plans include calling your beneficiary in a home country. Gotta say Happy New Year. Print the screenshot, send an email, print the email, wish your beneficiary a Happy New Year, and then keep it and print it. You know, if you haven't filed your K1 visa yet, include that in your K1 visa application as evidence of communication. If you filed your K1 visa, keep that evidence for your embassy interview as evidence of communication. What if you go to your K1 visa interview in April and the immigration officer says to your beneficiary, did your sponsor wish you Happy New Year? It could happen, right? Yeah, he did. Okay, where's the evidence? I don't have any evidence. It was a phone call. Get the evidence of a Happy New Year. Okay? When does your beneficiary have a birthday? When's her birthday? When's his birthday? Call him up. Wish him happy birthday. Wish her happy birthday. Email. Send a card. Whatever. Print the evidence that you wished your beneficiary a happy birthday. Okay? Very important. Miguel, give it a week, okay? Have you guys, how are you guys planning on spending New Year's? Well, Karina's going to go spend New Year's with her family up in the mountains. Her family live at like 12,000 feet above sea level. Now, my body cannot handle going above 10,500 feet. At 10,500 feet, my body shuts down and tells me I got to get to a lower altitude or else I'll get sick. Okay, so because I did it last week. I went to 12,000 feet, spent the night with her family, and I got sick bad. But I didn't want to miss out on her family. For New Year's, they want to do a repeat party. Well, it's not really a party, but it's at the park, the Mora Park, 12,000 feet above sea level. I can't do it a second time. Karina's going to go with her family, and I'm going to hang out in the apartment with Tokyo and make a video for you guys. I'll think of something. So yeah, Francois, that person didn't like my Christmas video. Well, bar humbug on them. I don't worry about it. April Flower, hi Diego. If I change jobs or quit a job, should I let USCIS or MVC know? I got my NOA 2. April Flower, no. If you have your NOA 2 letter and you change jobs, you don't have to notify immigration. You don't need to tell MVC. You don't need to tell USCIS. But when you fill out the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support for your beneficiary, that is where you update your employment. Okay, on page 3, I think it is, or 2 or 3. Remember, the I-134 is all about the sponsor, not the beneficiary. The beneficiary doesn't sign the I-134. So you get April, you get your I-134 updated, okay? That's where you update your job employment information. I changed jobs too. Halfway through the K1 visa, I submitted the K1 visa, got the NOA 1, and halfway through it, I told my boss I'm going to head to Colombia and live in Colombia for 11 months with Karina. I'm not going to wait this out. Separated. He said, okay, I'll hold your job open. I said, don't worry about it. If you can, if not. Then I got my, I have my Florida real estate license too. So I changed jobs then my boss, he retired. He's a land surveyor. He's a land surveyor. He retired after I got my NOA 2 letter. So I couldn't include him as my boss anymore because he retired. So on the I-134, I put down I'm a real estate agent. Immigration said, oh, great, no problem. It's no big deal. You got it, April. You got it. Tell me you understand what I said. Francois, I am working on printing out all my WhatsApp conversations between my fiance and I since we started communicating, plus screenshots of all video chats and photo logs. That's good. That's very good. You got it. Francois, you have learned a lot hanging out with us, right? Miguel, my fiance's interview is in La Paz, Bolivia, 12,000 feet elevation. Miguel, let me tell you something. If Karina's embassy interview was at 12,000 feet, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go. I'd be at home because I'd pass out probably in the embassy office, and the embassy office is going to call the emergency services, and there's going to be a big drama at the embassy because of the altitude. I couldn't get to 12,000 feet. 10,500 feet is the max for me. Keeping up with Irene. Hi, Diego. I got my NOA 2. High five. Keeping up with Irene. Good job. That's good. Not much longer for you, okay? Miguel, what should I do to not get sick? Don't go to 12,000 feet. Stay below that. At 10,000 feet, that's the max. That's the altitude where you don't need oxygen in an airplane. When you go above 10,000 feet, you need oxygen in it. You got to have a decompressed airplane. It's got to be pressurized so you can breathe. At 12,000 feet, I'm going with her to the interview. Well, just try not to pass out. 12,000 feet is pretty high up, man. Bring bottled water with you. Drink lots of water. Keep hydrated. Keeping up. What should I do not to get sick? Drink lots of water. April Flower. I will be starting my substitute teacher job soon. Well, that's great. That's a great job to be in. Will that be okay for the financial support part of the application since it's a substitute teacher position? It's fine so long as you meet the income requirements. If you make more money than is required at 125%, if you make $3,000 above 125% of the family size, you're good. Okay, but if you don't, get a joint sponsor. Miguel, thanks for the advice. Miguel, 12,000 feet is high up in the mountains. Commercial airliners require pressurization of their cabins 10,000 feet or higher because there's not enough air. Francois, plus I did what you suggested. I touched base with the wedding officiant. Good job, Francois. Just to say, hey, we're still planning a wedding, but we're waiting and 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 waiting. Make sure you print those emails to the wedding officiant and then put that in a file. Wedding plans. Make a file. Wedding plans. Make a file. Communication. WhatsApp. Whatever. Okay? Keeping up with Irene. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hope you're doing great. I got my NOA 2. Yeah, we read that. It is written that I have from January to April to use my NOA 2. Now disregard that. Keeping up with Irene. That 4-month expiration date on your NOA 2 letter, okay, is irrelevant. But in order to extend that NOA 2 letter, after 30 days, 60 days, send an inquiry to the MVC. Dear Mr. MVC, Miss MVC, I'm just checking in. I got my NOA 2 letter. This is my receipt number. I'm checking in. What's the status of my case? You're going to get an automatic return email from the MVC. Print that email. That is communication with the MVC. That extends your NOA 2 letter up to your visa interview date. Okay? So relax on that. You're not going to expire on your NOA2 letter as long as you do what I say. If you hear what I said, send an MVC and inquiry. That extends your NOA2 letter. And I made a video about it. Keeping up with wiring, what should I do next after my NOA2? After 30 days or 60 days, send an inquiry to the MVC. Now you're going to wait for the MVC K1 FTP welcome letter. Okay, that's what you're waiting for now. You're waiting for the MVC to look at your K1 visa, make sure there's no errors, and then they will send you the welcome letter. It takes about 2 to 3 months, okay? Rambling Man, Kayadan. My case was received by USCIS on April 7th, 2023. Approved December 29th. Yesterday. All right. Good. Super fast. Just waiting for the MVC. Good job. Francois Livingston sends a super chat. Happy New Year. Francois, thank you for the super chat. Now, the super chats for today is going to be gas money. Okay? The super chats we used in Colombia, thank you guys. We bought lunches, dinners, breakfasts. Now the super chats, we're going to save it up for gas money. Because gas, I rented a big SUV because we got the cat, we got like massive suitcases and bags and stuff. So I rented an SUV. SUVs like to burn gas. But I'm going to avoid all the toll bridges in Florida. I've already planned a route. Instead of going north from Miami Airport up to I-95, I'm going to go south to the Tamiami Trail, cut across Florida, then go north to Naples, Florida, then cut across to I-17. Forget I-95. It's I-17 all the way, baby, to I-10. So the super chat money is gas money. Yes. Thank you, Francois. Rambling Man, that's fast. Miguel, yeah, it's fast. Miguel, when my fiance lives at 8,000 feet, I don't get sick. Should I worry about 12,000 feet? Yeah, don't worry about 12,000 feet. You're going to find out when you get to 12,000 feet whether you are going to be worried about it or not. When you get to 12,000 feet, your body's going to tell you either get to a lower elevation, or you're going to go throw up somewhere, or you're going to drink water, or you're going to get a massive headache, or you're going to be sitting down. You got to sit down. Your blood is not going to be able to process oxygen as easily at 12,000 feet. You're going to get sick, possibly. Unless you have Sherpa blood, maybe you're related somewhere in the past to a Himalayan Sherpa, and you will not get mountain sickness at 12,000 feet. Then you're good. But Miguel, you need to prepare yourself for the eventuality of not feeling very happy at 12,000 feet. Patricia T. Collison. Hi, Diego and Carino. Thank you for helping me transfer my case from Cyprus to Liberia. No problem. We're glad to help. Was able to pay the visa fee and got interview appointment for the 2/9/2024, but how can I get a copy of the I-129F? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need the I-129F at the visa interview. If you don't have a copy of it, don't worry about it. Normally, the embassy will email it to you in a scanned document. Or I got mine scanned to me from the MVC, I believe. But you don't need it. Don't worry about it, Patricia. You are good. But we're glad that we got you out of Cyprus to Liberia. Now you're good. Let me see. Olomiyawa Asashu. I hope I didn't mess that name up, my friend. My brother's case approved for his wife and child. High five. Good. Is the local embassy responsible to book the appointment after paying the visa fee? Okay. What country? 99% of all K1 visas are scheduled by either the sponsor or the beneficiary, not the MVC or the embassy. So remind me of the country you're in. Please ask Shushu and I'll help you. Enrique Rijo. Enrique, hi Diego. I entered the US last week with my K1 visa, but the immigration official didn't ask for my yellow folder or package. That's very strange. don't open that package. If you still have it, do not open it. Don't do that. Because if you do, your visa is going to be terminated. So the immigration officer was probably new on the job. He's a newbie, didn't know what the heck he was doing, had no idea, and the person that was training him probably left to use the restroom and left him alone to handle the K-1 visa process with you. So you got to make sure that that person initiated a Form I-94 for you, because you got to have the Form I-94 to get your green card. Okay? You got to have that. And I'll help you further. Call the Border Patrol up, call up the Border Patrol, U.S. Border Patrol, and say, hey, I had my face-to-face visa interview at this airport, but the immigration officer didn't take my package. Call the Border Patrol and report it. Patricia T. Collison, what a fantastic super chat. Guys, Karina's very happy. Guys, you probably covered our gas from Miami Airport all the way up to I-10. Seriously, you did. With that super chat right there, you got us covered all the way to Interstate 10. Then I just got to get on 10 and head west and get Karina home and get her so she can get showered up and tucked into bed and relax after flying from Colombia to Florida and then driving with me for 12 hours in a big SUV. She's never driven with me in a car. She asked me, how's your driving? I said, oh, don't worry, you're going to find out pretty soon. So here's the thing, Enrique Rijo. You have got to call the Border Patrol, okay? You got to call the Border Patrol. Enrico, listen to me. Call the Border Patrol. Google them up. Google the Border Patrol. Call up the office, the headquarters, whatever, and say, hey, I went to my face-to-face, but they didn't take my yellow package. They got to take the package. Okay, they have to. You got to report it. Because what if he forgot to do the I-94? What if he forgot to do this? What if, that's an issue right there. And I'm going to save you a big headache, Enrique, okay? I'm going to save you a big headache. If you listen to me, call the Border Patrol, report that, and see what they tell you to do. Because you're going to need the you're going to need the Form I-94 as proof of face-to-face interview with the Border Patrol to get your green card. And Patricia, that is a fantastic super chat, Patricia. We appreciate you, all of you. And Ashahu is in Nigeria. Okay. So Nigeria is taking about 2 to 4 months to get processed right now. So I've seen people getting their visas approved in Nigeria. You're good. You just got to wait it out. Just got to be patient. Miguel, Karina was emprender tu negocio en EEO. Yeah, Karina knows what I do. Yeah. Rambling Man, K-U-Dan, I think my case is the exception and not the rule. I added my DD-214 for USMC and our Army and my 90% VA disability award letter, hoping they would look favorably at it. It's a good idea, Rambling Man. I would have done the same thing. You're good. That visa that you submitted, that information is very strong and very powerful. You're a veteran. Thank you for your service, by the way. You're a veteran, Marine Corps, Hoo-yah, Semper Fi, right? Semper Fi. And Army also. And you're a VA disability, so that's not going to slow down the process. That's going to help you. Okay? So don't panic. Just relax. You're going to get through this. Okay? Remember, it took almost 14 months for my NOA2 letter. There were people back in April getting theirs approved, and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, but it's just a waiting game. All right, guys, come on, throw me some more questions. I gotta earn these super chats, guys. I gotta earn this money. We got gas covered to I-10, so I need more questions. But we spent, there's a few people in Colombia. They've asked us to meet them for dinner and stuff like that. but we're just so busy right now. You know, we got Karina's brother here. We got him here hanging out with us, and we're going to offload the apartment. We started getting rid of our furniture, and Karina's friend's going to pick up the bed, and nobody wants the closet, so I guess I'll give that to the landlord. So it's just you know, we got the cat. We got to figure out we're dealing with the cat. And then one person asked me, I think she was in the Philippines. She said, "How do I ship my stuff from the Philippines to the United States?" I said, "How do you ship your stuff? We got one giant suitcase and carry-ons." And she said, "Well, I'm going to need like 10 or 11 suitcases." I said, "Well, you bringing? I mean, how much stuff how many pairs of shoes can you possibly have? How many clothes can you possibly have?" But if she's got 11 suitcases, I told her, you can put that on the plane, but you're going to get one for free, and the other 10 suitcases you're going to have to pay for, and they got to be under 50 pounds. So she's going to, you know, I don't know if the airline's going to take 10 suitcases. They may not. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, how many pairs of shoes and pairs of jeans does this lady have? 6/6. When was the closest date when you booked your interview appointment? A month later? When I went online, when I got the packet 3, packet 4 email, first thing you get is the packet 3, packet 4 email. Okay? I went onto the link, the first link, and paid the visa fee. Filled out the DS-160. I helped Karina with her DS-160. I got the booking code from the DS-160. Then once the U.S. government put their sweaty palms into my wallet and took that $235 out of my bank account, then they opened up a calendar in the embassy in Bogotá. There was one day available in November and nothing in December. December was completely filled up, and November had one day available for biometrics and for the visa interview. Now we're talking about Bogotá, Colombia. I saw that one day. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I said, you know what? If I wait another minute, someone's going to take that day. So I jumped on November 16th and took the day. November 8th was the biometrics. Boom, I jumped on that day. December was filled up. I filled up November. The next available appointments were the middle of January of 2024. So as soon as I got on the computer, paid the visa fee, was given access to the calendar through the SIAC, there was one day, and I got it right. I got my first day looking for an interview appointment. I got it, but I got the last one. Melba Carrasquillo. Hi, Diego and Karina. Melba, what's going on? Hold on, Melba. ¿Cómo estás? Ernest Dosti. Hi, Diego. Do I have to send a new VA benefits letter to use the old one, since I have bank statements of the old monthly payment? Well, when you go to the visa interview, you want new documents. You want everything updated. When I filed a K-1 visa for Karina, I got proof of income from my Navy retirement. So I called up DFAS, which is the Defense Finance and Accounting Service Center. And I said, hey, I need proof of income. Can you email me my monthly retirement check? So they emailed me proof of income from the military. That was in 2022. My income changed in 2023. It's going to change in 2024. So the first week of January, I'm going to call DFAS and say, hey, I need proof of income for 2024 so I can adjust the status for Karina's green card. Proof of income is critical. So they're going to send me a new email with the new income for 2024. Okay, that's how it works. You always need to be updating your income. So get the new ones, Ernest. Get your new income statements. Okay, new ones. Updated. Nick, Diego, great news. My fiance got her visa. What a great year. Filed in January and got the visa before the year ended. High five, Nick. How about that? You got it all done in 12 months. That's the way I remember the visas getting processed 9 years ago. I got my first one in 9 months, but the second one is taking almost 2 years. Melba, I'm good. Well, we're glad, Melba. We're glad. Thanks for joining us. Still waiting for my fiance passport to get sent back. It's taking a long time for them mailing it out. Yeah, I don't trust the mail. You know, in Bogotá they said they could have mailed the passport to Karina via courier. I said no. We're going down to the edificio. We're going to the office so the embassy delivered it from the embassy to this courier service. We went in person and picked it up. We didn't put it in the hands of any mail courier service. Okay, we went face to face and got it. So I don't know, Melba. Find out what's going on. Do a tracking on it. Ramblin' Man, Kayadan, are the visa fees going up for 2024? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I thought I saw something that said it was. In 2023, they said they were going to jack up the price of K1 visa applications from $535 to something else. It didn't go up in price. It's still $535. So who knows? We will find out in 2024, right? We'll find out what happens to the visa fees in 2024. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll make a video about the new prices for K1 visas in 2024, but I'll do it in Florida. Remember, making videos for me here for you guys is hard for me. It's difficult, the technology-wise. 66, how many photos did Karina bring to the interview? How many pictures? Well, she brought about 50 pictures of us together over the last 3 years, and my 5 trips to Colombia total with her. She brought one folder with all the financial documents. She brought another folder with all of the civil documents, police certificates, birth certificates, passports, letters of intent to get married, all that jazz. So she had a folder full of financial documents and a folder full of civil documents. So basically 2 big folders full of stuff. And the pictures, which was separate. And they didn't ask to see the pictures. They looked at my K1 visa package at the embassy before Karina showed up, and they saw 2 years, now 3 years worth of stuff. So they were good. Melba, okay, thanks Diego, no problem, Melba. And keeping up with Irene, thanks a lot, Diego, no problem. And Nick, Diego, you won't believe this, my fiance got grilled by 19 questions. Karina got grilled for this about 11 or 12 at Mumbai. Seriously, I was shocked when she told me, ooh, that's a lot of questions. Usually you get like 5 or 6 questions in Mumbai. 19 questions, man, they're getting tough. They interrogated Karina. She got 11 questions. They asked her, what was my brother's name? It was in a conversation. It was in a conversation, but they asked, what's my brother's name? They asked, questions, where was I born and raised? I mean, stuff like that. It was like stuff off the I-129F. But anyway, it's all good. Es fácil. Es muy fácil. Pero necesario paciencia. No miedo. Bien, relaja. Yeah, that's a lot of questions there, Nick. Okay, guys, we've been talking an hour and 23 minutes. I'm gonna go. I'm starving. Karina's been the whole day with her family, having a great time. And then the neighbors down below us came upstairs and knocked on the door, interrupted the live stream, gave Karina flowers and clothes. And what did I get? I got nada. Not a thing. I'm just here paying the bills. Oh, Tuesday. Okay. Okay, guys. Next live stream will be from the Panhandle, Florida. Give us a week or so. Won't be that long to get to Florida. Get her Karina relaxed. Get her suitcases. She's got her own walk-in closet in Florida. Seriously, her own walk-in closet. She's gonna be spending half the day hanging up her clothes, and then rearranging them because she's never had a walk-in closet before, right? Okay. We'll do. Next live stream will be from Florida. Be patient with us while we transit and leave Colombia, get to Florida, and get Karina set up, and relaxed. See you guys later very soon. We're not going to abandon you, okay? And I got a New Year's video ready for you guys to go. So you'll get a New Year's video thanking you all for the super chats. Okay? See you at the next video from the Panhandle of Florida.